Welcome to the MSC Seaside. Now we're going to be doing a full walking tour of this ship today so you can see what all she has to offer if you're considering one of the Seaside class ships for your next sailing. Now the MSC Seaside was delivered in 2016, so she is a fairly new ship. She's only been sailing for a few years and she's coming in at about 156,000 gross tons. For those of you that are used to Royal Caribbean like I am, this is going to equate to a Freedom class ship. It is the same exact size, though you're going to find about 400 to 500 more people here on the MSC Seaside. So let's jump on into a full walking tour of the MSC Seaside. So we're going to start the tour today on deck 5. This is the lowest of the common space decks that they have. The first thing that I'm going to show you, and I've actually done this, this was neat, I haven't seen the results yet, but you see that they have a camera in this box or place you can take your picture, and you can actually see your iris. So it is an iris studio, and they'll print you out your picture for a fee. Getting the picture taken, getting to see it, absolutely complimentary, but if you want to buy one of the images of your iris, you can certainly do that. I've not heard how much it is in prices yet, but it is something I will be checking out. One thing you're going to notice as you come through this ship, there's a lot of neat colors and different schemes of how they've done things. So it is a newer build, as I mentioned, so you're going to see some technology enhancements on here. This is one place where you should be able to order your pictures, but they have not been working on this cruise for me, so I've not been able to do that. They have the old school walls where you will put up the actual pictures and have to choose them. So coming down here to the middle of deck 5, this is probably one of my favorite areas of the ship is this space, and it's not just on deck 5, but it is a very large centrum, and it's got mirrors. One thing you're going to see a lot on this cruise ship is mirrors everywhere, which makes it feel even more expansive. So you've got your true photo gallery over here, so I'll show you quickly the pictures. Again, that iris gallery doesn't give you any prices on it, but you'll see some of the prices and specials that they're running for what the pictures are going to cost. But you come over here and you'll see, actually these look like they may be working. If you want to buy a photo, you can do it from those kiosks. Maybe I spoke too soon. So over here you're going to see that is the spa. So if you want to sign up for spa treatments, I haven't really seen anybody stationed over there. I think it was an overflow reception from maybe years gone by, though again, not that old of a ship. But this is the beautiful space that I love now. MSC takes a different approach to building their centrum. So it's only about 3 floors, but you see it then turns into a mirror, which makes it look like it goes on for infinity, which is really, really nice. You've got the Seaside bar here, which is one very popular one. It does serve coffee. I heard them over there making espresso earlier. So one thing about MSC, it is an Italian cruise line. So that means a few things. I'll probably make a video just on what that European difference is. But the first thing is going to be they make really good coffee here. And it's really hot. You're going to have your guest receptions over here on the right, so if you need any support, any help, they are more than happy to help you out with that. Coming back here to the back, we're going to hit the staircase for the first time, and you'll see the stairs also carry the mirror image around. Now deck 5 forward to here, this is only like midship, so we haven't really gone that far yet, but this is I'll call it a smaller floor. Mainly because you've got your dining halls back here. So we'll come and peek in here. They're getting ready for breakfast right now. But I'll give you a quick look at what the dining room looks like.
Hello, morning.
Good morning. It is a very pretty dining room. See the sun's coming up over there. It's early in the morning here. Great lighting on this cruise ship. And so this is a quick cruise for me. So this is a 3-night cruise on MSC Seaside. So I ate in there last night. One thing to know about coming to MSC is that the times that you're going to eat might be a little bit different. Their first sitting is at 5:15. Hey everybody, plenty of mirrors. Or their second seating is going to be at 7:15, and their last seating, the one that I got assigned, was 9:45. So that was super late. So I've only done it once. You've also got the Empanema restaurant, so you could be assigned to either one of these. Let's see if I can peek in here, and I can. Good morning. So this is the Empanema restaurant directly above the one we were just at. So if you get assigned to this one, it's also a very nice restaurant. Though I'd say I kind of like the look of the one downstairs a little bit better. But the good news is they'll take care of you on both of those. Walking back out here, you'll see you've got elevators here in the middle. Elevators on MSC Seaside, a bit all over the place. They've got 3 different banks in places you wouldn't necessarily anticipate. We are here, I'm calling this midship, even though it is more towards the aft. And the forward elevators don't really go very close to the forward section, but they stay in the middle. So we're going to be walking back and forth. We're going to cut through 5, 6, and 7, and then we're going to go up to 16. This sign is going to be your best friend on MSC Seaside. It's not as intuitive as I would like for it to be sometimes. Doesn't mean that it's bad layout. That's one thing that I'm coming to learn. It just means that it's not a ship that I'm used to, and I have to figure out where I'm going. One thing I do like a lot about MSC is they always have these, seating areas where you can hang out and sit. So I think that it's very loungy. It's almost like every corner there's another Italian coffee shop. And I wanted to pause and show you how they do their money on board this ship. So this is a money machine. You can see that you can insert bills, you can pay cash, or you can put a credit card on file. You would register your card, and then it'll just make charges. There is a hold that they'll place on your card for $250 when you do that. But that system doesn't work very great. You have to do it when you get on board. Can't do it ahead of time. But there is the opportunity to pay cash right there, so you don't have to wait in a line at guest services. More importantly, more seating on the far other side there. And then you're going to see the shore excursion deck. So if you want to book a shore excursion, we're in Ocean Cay for 2 days here. Or I should say Ocean Key. Got to get my terms right. I've come to a different cruise line, so it's back to Key. We've come to Ocean Key. So all of the excursions are lighthouse tours. They're kayaking. They've got jet skis. They've got a lot of stuff if you're interested in doing that. One thing I've not allowed myself to try just yet, they have a Vinci vendor, I guess here, a Vinci store, where they sell Vinci chocolate. Now, if you all know about this, this is a popular New York brand, which I think is making its rounds around, or I say it's New York, it's really not New York, but the new stores I know are in New York. It is a chocolatier and gelato place. So if you are interested in chocolate, this is going to be the spot for you. They make these amazing looking creations. You can see here, chocolate sculpture, chocolate sculptures, and plenty of space for them to do that. They're also going to have gelato, and they're going to have a coffee bar over here as well. So if you are interested in a good cup of espresso, I heard these fellas make amazing espressos with the chocolate over here. If you get something with chocolate in it, you're also going to have hot chocolate over there. So if you want hot chocolate, you can do that too. Good morning.
Good morning.
So she is putting out our chocolates. So you can also buy, if you just want to grab and go something, you can buy a box of chocolates, or you can pay by the gram down here for the individual pieces. On this sailing, they're going for about $11 a gram. Sorry, I don't know the conversion. They didn't put it in imperial. Another European difference is you're going to find that everything here is in the metric system, which I personally kind of like. Coming through here, you're going to see another entertainment space. And I'll quickly cut over to the other side just to show you, you've got your stores. I focused so much on the chocolate, I forgot these. You've got stores over here as well, which are really well lit up. They've got a large perfume lotion store, and then you've got your duty-free cigarettes and alcohol on the other side. And you're going to have a stage here for a performer. And this is another really great hangout spot. They have tons of these where they're putting their performers all throughout the ship. Going to the next floor. Let's see, I'm on 6 now. Actually, let's come this way. So you're at the middle section now of, say that is the forward section of 6. So if we look through there, you're going to have your elevators, but there's some random hallways here. So I'm just going to turn this way just to show you what's down here. And it's going to swerve around a little bit. You're going to come through here, and this is going to take us into their theater. So they've got a little bit of seating here. Their entrances to the theater I find are a little odd. It's a side hallway. I think this might be more of a accessible entrance because it's going to bring you out to the base of the theater. Hopefully nobody's in here this early in the morning. But there's a lot of random walking like this. It's a nice hallway. The carpet looks good. I like the colors. And it all seems new because for the most part it is. Whoop, that's not where I wanted to go. So welcome to the theater. you'll see that it is a little bit on the shallow side, meaning it's not very deep. But their stage is a really good size. So they've got plenty of stage space to work with, which I think is really neat. The theater does fill up and they do require reservations because it just doesn't fit that many people. I think they've prioritized other things on the ship, so they do not have as many of those, or as the seats, as other cruise lines would. Still a good size. You see that these rows, I mean, there's a solid 25 people that sit in one row probably. So it's a good space. You're not that far away from the stage, but you see how large that stage actually is. And some, I'll call it some cheap seats in the back if you want to get somewhere where you can easily leave. I'd recommend checking that out. For those of you that are in the yacht club, a lot of people love the yacht club. They do have reserved seating specifically for you. So now we are on deck 7. So I'm going to cut over here just to show you on the map once again where we are. I'd like to kind of walk you through the journey. So we started on 5, back here in the front, went to the back, walked back to the front. Now we're at the Miami Casino, deck 7 at the forward section of the ship. So I'm going to quickly walk through here. I don't focus on casinos. I get the impression it is a non-smoking casino. I have not hung out here that much, but I don't think that I've smelled smoke when I've come through here. So if you're interested in knowing that, I don't think they have it. But this floor is super cool. Again, they've got it accented with mirrors inside of here. So this is, you know, a feature they have in some other casinos I've seen at sea, but this one looks really cool the way that it's designed there. Walking all the way through here, you can already see the LED screen in the main centrum area. And there's, you know, it took me a while to figure this out because of the mirrors. There's only 3 LED screens, but they're huge, and they actually give it a really modern technology feel. It looks really good. The colors and the vibrancy of what they can put up there look really good. So we're now back up to deck 7 in the middle part of the ship. You know, I'm not one who actually likes to sit at the bar downstairs. However, I am one who likes to stay up here at the balcony and see who all is down at the bar downstairs and kind of do a little bit of people watching. You'll also see that there's staircases here. This is a great viewpoint of those. People talk about these Swarovski stairs all the time. They are beautiful. If you're looking for a good formal night picture, that is a great spot to go. So you're going to have some seating over here on the left. You know, it kind of looks, when you look around the corner here, like it would keep going, but it does not on this floor. It is a middle entrance that you want to go through. You're going to have stores throughout, and then you're going to have their champagne bar. Now, I've not seen a lot of people really hanging out at the champagne bar. They got lots of different varieties of champagne, but they're also going to serve food there, which I kind of think is a little bit awkward, but the food looked really good. It was, it's like a raw bar. So there was like a huge lobster and things like that on somebody's plate for an upcharge. Neat thing to do if you want to splurge. See some of the champagne back there. And they're going to have these other alcoves where they could put additional bottles of champagne or drink, but I have not seen anything there, and that's probably fake ice at this point if I had to guess. Coming back, we're now going to finally be able to go all the way to the aft section of the ship. So we're going to start with the arcade games and bowling. Now this is probably, I don't want to call it a kids section necessarily, but it is a young at heart section. So they're going to have an interactive cinema. I've not actually had time to figure out what that is just yet. F1 racing, so if you want to test out your driving skills in a super fast car, they have the ability for you to do that as well. Depending on your status here, you may get a discount on that too, which is pretty neat. And then you can have bowling. This has probably been the most popular section. You have a 2-lane bowling lane here, which is pretty cool. I think the MSC Divina, the other MSC ship that I've been on, had a candle pin bowling alley, but this is a full bowling alley. Here are the times, hoping there were some prices, and there is not. This is also where you're going to sign up for Zipline. So Zipline is $11 per person. I did see the sign for that. You can sign up for it, and it looks like a pretty decent size Zipline, and $11 doesn't seem too terribly horrible. This is the Garage Club. This is where they did karaoke last night. Great picture here. I've seen a lot of people jumping in that car to grab a picture. I've thought about it because that is certainly my color, but I've not done it. A little bit of a dance floor. Even though this is an old school kind of feel, on a cruise line, it honestly feels more like a teenager hangout. Because it's a little bit hidden, you've got what looks like could be a food place over there. I've not seen any food there, and a little alcove. So we're gonna swing outside. So we're gonna come outside to South Beach here, and this is gonna be an adults only section on the cruise ship. So they do have a pool here. Interestingly, I've gotten a few feedback that, you know, it goes straight into the water. There's not much of a hangout spot there before you dive off. And you see we are getting ready for sunrise. Lots of people out here to catch that morning shot. Coming on around, you're gonna see the smoking section on the ship. So if you are interested in grabbing a smoke break, this is gonna be the place that you're gonna wanna come to. They do have that, especially as the casino doesn't seem to have it. You've got a bar over here as well with a margarita machine just for you. More seating that you can take. And the one thing I'll say about smoking in this section here is when you have doors like this on a cruise ship, and if you've been on a cruise before, you've probably seen some of this, it creates a wind tunnel when you're sailing. So when you open that door up, it creates a huge wind tunnel. And honestly, that smell of smoke does come in through this section. So if that's something you are sensitive to, you may not want to be in here during when we're under sail, because it's gonna definitely get sucked into this area. Nice little checkerboard chess area here if you want to play some of that. And this is just more of a gentleman's hangout, if you will, is what it feels like with the dark wood. One thing that I appreciate about MSC is they've got, as you're already seeing, tons of different spaces. They all look and feel different. So whatever your style may be, coming into the next bar, you're gonna have the Haven here, which is looks like it should be a nightclub, but it is still more of a lounge. Plenty of seats in here. Love the way that it is designed. The chairs are actually fairly comfortable for the most part, but this is called the Haven. You'll see that it is set up for a band up on the stage. So if you wanna come here, grab a drink, this is a good hangout spot, and it's really well designed. That's something that, you know, I find I like a lot about MSC. I don't necessarily always agree with the color schemes that they use, but I like the way that it is at least done and think that it's gonna stand up the test of time throughout cruising. Maroon here, for example, not my favorite color. So there is the Centrum. So we're back here in the middle section now. So I'm gonna cut up to deck 8 to show you what is up there now. So you see how we have to kind of walk around a little bit on this ship, which isn't a horrible thing, but it is a little bit different. The first place we're gonna have here on 8, my personal favorite, the marketplace. So this is gonna be your food options. I'm gonna do a quick walk in here, show you all what the food options look like. Good morning. It is early in the morning, so not many people in here. You're gonna have food on both sides. So it does go to the left, good morning, and it's gonna go to the right. So you're gonna have the option to walk through here and grab your food, walk towards the back. That's where they keep the good stuff. Coffee and drinks are gonna be here. The layout, not my favorite, but you'll see there's also seating outside that you can take. So if you wanna sit outside, you can do that. But my advice, come in, head towards the back, and then work your way back forward. The good food, trust me on this, is in the back, and there's less of a line back there. Coming back out to the Centrum, and this is probably called something else. I'm calling it Centrum because that's what I'm accustomed to, but it's probably called something else. But this is also a good spot. This is a little bit high up for me and my people watching. I'll give you a little bit of a tour. This is the last floor on the Centrum that you can check out and see. Still beautiful from up here. They'll do some performances right there on the stage too. So if you want to check out the music, and the music and sound system in this area is fantastic. There's also espresso down there, so if you want coffee, that's a good spot that you can go to. Here you have the option of going on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. We're going to take the right-hand side, going by the logo store, and walk you down some of the shops they have here. You've got another shore excursions desk tailored for Ocean Key. So if you are wanting to do one of those excursions we talked about earlier, that's where you can go to pick some of those up, get some ideas, or make modifications. You've got more stores and more mirrors. One thing you gotta be careful here is not to walk into one of these mirrors. Sometimes they look like hallways, or sometimes they look like walls and it's actually a hallway. I found that happens a few times. The biggest one that I always wanna walk into is this one right here. Luckily, they've got the MSC logo on it so that I recognize it as a wall, but it kind of looks like it should be a hallway. I'm gonna quickly pop into the Seaview Lounge because I think it's just a really cool lounge. They do dim it up at night, but it is a really good look. Good morning. And she is already open and ready to serve you your cocktail at 7 in the morning. I love it. But it's, again, a really cool design, very loungy. I think that that's the theme of MSC. And I think because of that, it'd actually be really cool to bring groups of people on MSC because you've got all these little nooks and crannies and places that you can hang out with a good number of people. I mean, I'm thinking of weekend cruise or group cruises. Like, this is an awesome section right here in the middle of a hallway where we can hang out, get to know each other, and have some good conversations. Coming over to the sports bar, really cool spot. So it's well designed, looks neat, beautiful windows. But what I really like the most about it is it's got these little alcoves that are gonna have a TV for you to sit and enjoy a game. So if you have a specific game, they can change that for your preference. They've got a few of these, again, for large groups. On the other side, you'll see they do have some smaller ones that they use, but it is still a really neat experience. I think if there's a game while you're on the ship that you want to watch, I think on MSC you see a lot more soccer or football from the European countries, but another good time. Like anywhere, you're gonna have Invictus watches, you're gonna have shopping, you're gonna have makeup and all sorts of stuff. So feel free to check those out. All right, so we are now concluding Deck 8, which means we are gonna, actually I say we're concluding Deck 8, let me quickly show you the gym. There's gonna be a whole nother gym video that I've made that I'll post and link here, so make sure that you're checking that out, but this is their gym. The hours are from 6 until 9 o'clock. So that now concludes our tour of Deck 8. I'm gonna bop on up to Deck 16 and show you that. Welcome to Deck 16. This is also gonna be the entrance of the yacht club. So if you have upgraded to the suite life, this is where you can go in to get all of their amenities and be taken well care of. This also blocks off the forward section of the entire bit of the ship. So you'll see that when you get up top, you actually can't go to the front of the ship if you are not in the yacht club. That's where they have their, what they call ship within a ship. So you can be on a mass cruise line with 5,000 other people, but you're gonna have a more intimate, smaller experience over there in the yacht club. You're also gonna have here the Chef's Court restaurant, and this is not connected to the rest of the ship, interestingly enough. We have the Asian market kitchen and butcher's cut in here. And what I mean by it's not connected, it is directly outside the yacht club, so I think they wanted it to feel a little bit more exclusive. It's got a nice bar here that I've not seen very well attended at all. But because it's because of the yacht club, it does not connect to the rest of the ship. So if I wanted to go from here to the other part of Deck 16, I've got to go up and around. And so we'll do that jump here in a second. But you see, they've got, I'll show you some prices. I love it when they give me prices on certain things. But a really cool room here. Looks really, really nice. Have some communal tables. So again, if you're traveling with a group, you can certainly come in here and do that, where they display their butcher's cut. And then you're going to have the actual Butcher's Cut restaurant here. Looking at the sign, the Sunset Island dinner is $99 on this cruise. Coming back out, you'll see they've got wine. Everybody loves a good wine cellar. That one looks nice and classy as well. Coming through the other side, I want to show you the Asian restaurant. They call it Pan Asian here, a mix of European and Asian flavors. I had the opportunity to eat there the first night, and it was fantastic. They have sushi, they've got traditional Asian foods, but it is super good. And it's a really well done venue. I wish that I could have seen outside when I was here. We're in Ocean Key today, so you can see that out the window. But it's just really well designed. It's nice. They've got a sushi bar here, so I don't know if you need reservations for that or not. I sit back here in the back, and I don't know if you can see behind all this, they've got some individual, like classic Asian seating where you can sit with a group of people. You're also gonna have hibachi tables, so if you wanted to come again with a group, you can go inside of there for their teppanyaki. I don't think that they put on as good of a show. At least I didn't hear a lot of noise coming from there, from this cruise ship as much as I do on Royal Caribbean's Izumi. It's a little bit more tame. So this doesn't go anywhere else. I can't go from here anywhere else without jumping back on the stairs. So I'm gonna go up to the stairs, walk over, and I'm gonna come back on deck 16. Just know that time is gonna elapse in between. So we are now back on deck 16. Again, showing you where you are, so we had to bop up. I said we were going up to deck 17. I found out that a 17 does not exist on this ship. So we bopped up to deck 18, came down, and now we are on Biscayne Bay, which is a restaurant and buffet. They have very similar things to downstairs, but this is more of the secondary buffet. It is normally smaller, and you're not gonna find as much stuff here, but they will get the job done. I think more for breakfast, it's a good spot. When I got on the ship, traditionally what they had here was pizza, hamburgers, and hot dogs. So I didn't last very long. I had to go somewhere else. But this is it. There's a little bit of seating over here on the other side, but you're not gonna have a lot of space here. It doesn't have the outdoor space, which I really like. And it's only gonna go this far back. So if you're walking down here, you're gonna see that it does end when you get there. They do have fantastic bread on board. That's another Italian thing that I think that they do, so make sure you are checking that out. Coming back the opposite way, we're gonna walk outside now. And one thing that I will say is be careful when you're walking outside or even inside. The floor that I'm on right now, it's damp, it's wet. There's humidity all over the place. And so you're not gonna be able to, you're gonna need to watch your grip and step because it does get slippery out here. Coming around, we are now in Miami Beach, which is interesting to me they call it that because Miami Beach and South Beach are actually kind of the same thing. I guess they're different, you know. My local Miami people, I've only been there for a little bit of time. Keep me honest on that. Miami Beach includes South Beach. It's like the larger term for it. But they've got their larger pool here. This is the one that you're gonna find most people at. Oh, I forgot, they have gelato over here. I've gotta come over here. I get free gelato on this sailing. So I've gotta come over here and show that to you. But the pool's already open. You see that there is a lifeguard over there for you. And they've got some beds. I think those are first come, first serve. But it is a different layout than what I'm accustomed to. And honestly, I kind of like it. I love these spaces on the back of the ship because you feel more open and not like you're actually on a ship, which I know, I like being on ships, but this definitely makes it feel like you are not. Up here, you see that they've got a big screen. I've not seen any movies played on it, but they always had cool, visuals on it. And then a little bit higher where you see the rings, that's where you're gonna have your zipline landing spot. So if you do buy that zipline package we talked about, that's where you're gonna go. And if they do play a movie, they've got stadium seating right there for you to be able to watch it if you don't snag one of the chairs by the pool. There's also plenty of hot tubs on this ship. I'm really surprised by how many hot tubs they have. If you find one that's full or busy, walk around a little bit more. I promise you they have them in some of the most random places. Speaking of random places, we're at the very aft section of the ship, and here's your third bank of elevators we have not seen yet. So there's another way. If you are busy with the other ones, those who've gotten a line to them, come here. The elevators here, I will say, do traditionally get a significant line. I'll actually come over here and show you this really quick because I think it's just neat. You can do the bridges of size. I don't know why it's called that, it's kind of weird. But it gives you the look down into South Beach where we were earlier. But it's also gonna be a great photo opportunity. So all those folks downstairs getting pictures of sunrise, I think up here would have been a little bit better of a spot. Coming back around, you have a staircase here that stays closed most of the time because that's only where the zip line folks come down at. Walking around, you can start to see that this ship has a lot of outdoor space to it. Even their indoor space on the decks 16 and 18, they turned them into outdoor spaces. So I'll show you what I mean by some of that, but it's a really neat ship. If you're taking it on an itinerary where it may be a little bit colder, Alaska, Norwegian fjords, they've got their solarium, or I think they call it an adventure park here, that's gonna be able to slide and open the top to it to make sure that you are enclosed though. So I still think that even with all this outdoor space, it'd probably be a decent cold weather ship as well. I think it's probably built for both of those. All right, so I'm gonna start that section kind of over again. So we just came up the staircase. I'm now on deck 18, but I wanted to get inside so that I can do a walking tour to show you deck 18 from the aft section of the ship all the way to the forward section of the ship. Now coming out here, you're going to see one of the kid areas, and they've got a lot of kid areas on this ship. But surprisingly, I don't see a lot of kids on this ship, which is really neat. I would have thought that there would have been more children here, but I have not seen that many kids compared to the number of adults, but they have really decent items to them, including the Forest Adventure Park. And this is the solarium that I was kind of talking about earlier. So you're going to see tons of chairs over here, a little bit more of a calmer vibe. You hear water running in the background. It's also going to be much warmer in here. So that is the first thing that I probably notice is there's some heat in here, but they've got it open so at least you're getting a wee little bit of a breeze. So you'll see that that is the device that's just going to roll back and forth to give you a little bit more airflow in here, but looks really good. They call this the Jungle Bar is what you're looking at. But this is definitely a popular spot. And you're going to have seats with cushions. The cushions look a little worn, not going to joke, but I do love a good cushion. You all know that I like cushions. I'll see some people sometimes taking chairs into the water. I'm not sure they necessarily appreciate that here, but people do it. Watch your step. I can imagine there's been tons of people that have fallen in that one location since it blends in some and more seating. But it's just a really cool spot up here, and 2 more hot tubs. Coming back inside, we'll jump back up to deck 19, and I'll show you some of that. Again, yacht club entrances, so can't get to the forward section. You have to go up at this point, which I'm good with. One of these days, I'll do the yacht club. By the way, if you didn't know, they have interior rooms on the yacht club, and it is part of their bid up program. So if you want to bid for an interior and pay several hundred more dollars, you can do that. And I might do it one day just to show you all what that looks like. So now we are at the top 19 exclusive solarium for the Aria and Wellness guest. So the doors still open up here. I think if you order anything from the bar, you need to be able to show your ID. Maybe they check them here. But we're going to start and come this way first. Here you see that there is another hot tub for your Aria guest. But more importantly, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into the yacht club. Can't get into it. This does require keycard access. But I can definitely show you what's happening over there a little bit. They've got their own pool, neat spot, plenty of places to be able to hang out at, and some cabanas, which are for registered guests only. So if you're getting one of their cabanas or day beds in there, you even have to pay more in the yacht club. More seating out here at the MSC Aria bar. I think this is probably the quietest bar. If you're looking for a bar that you can get away and still be outside, I think this is a great spot. I've not seen very many people at all here. And another hot tub up on this floor as well. And the view there of the yacht club blocked a little bit, and it is sunny. So I do not want to walk through there if it's gonna be that bright. I'm gonna come over to the other ship, see if I can, other side, and see if I can't find us a little bit of shade to get out of that sun. Probably should have come up here first thing this morning, but giving you a dark tour, I've thought about that. An evening tour of a cruise ship just doesn't seem like something you all want to hear. Let me know down in the comments if that's something that would interest you, is seeing a cruise ship at night. I've always done these walking tours during the day, but it'd be a neat experience, I think, to be able to potentially show it to you in the evening. It does look and feel much different in the evening when you're walking around up here versus when you're downstairs. Again, there is the Jungle Bar, so you can see how it's slid over, giving you that access to fresh air. Now we're gonna just dodge under this little rope here. So I'm leaving the Aria and Wellness guest only section. So now I'm back where I'm supposed to be. So don't feel like I just went into the wrong spot. I was already in the wrong spot. Oops. So another hot tub. Again, if you can't find a hot tub that you like or that's full, keep walking the ship. There are more hot tubs that are out there, I promise you. You'll have one of the other exits to the pools, or not the pools, the slides. Over here, you're gonna have the entrance to your zip line. Now, I'm not gonna walk through there. I see that cone there. I don't wanna slip and fall. So I'm gonna just use it to your imagination. You've gotta go up about 4 flights of stairs. They've got one of the slides. and the zip line is going to be up there. That's where you're going to get situated for that. But again, the kids area here, a really nice shallow pool. I think that it's a good spot for kids. I'm going to walk around this way, show you another bar. This one's actually been more popular, and I'm shocked people see it or find out about it because I feel like it's really hidden on this floor. But if you're over in the beach, you'll probably be able to see it. But it's got all white. A lot of their furniture outside is white, which brightens it up a little bit and also gives you that Miami feel. But this is the Miramar bar. So they do have some neat stuff. You can get cocktails and drinks, but I think it's a good spot to be able to enjoy, especially the evening, because again, the cruise ship does change in the evening. It's a little bit more elegant, a little bit more intimate. It is a nice vibe in the evening. Now I'm going to walk back up here and show you the true sports deck. So the sign for the sport deck was actually one floor down, but I think that here's probably where more of that starts at. So we'll bop up there, show you, oh nope, there's the sign. The arena is, you know, it's not that big. They've got some neat stuff up here. I think kids of certain ages are really going to appreciate what they have here. But it's not known as a kids cruise ship from what I can tell. It definitely seems more adult-like. So you're gonna have your basketball, soccer court here. So if you wanna play, you can certainly do that. They've got some seating on the other side, so you can look at the Miami Beach, and you've got this fun little thing that I actually did walk through earlier, which was a good time. That was fun. But you've got the entrance to the slides again. And this is really easy. If you're a big adult and you want to go through there, you can certainly do that. So there you have MSC Seaside. Again, she's a good size ship, and I think because of the layout that I just showed you, she actually looks or feels a little bit bigger than she truly is. It will take you a while to get there, but by watching videos like this, you're gonna learn the design and the layout. So when you get here, you're not gonna feel lost. You'll feel a little bit more at home, and you'll know exactly where to go. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.